Okay, welcome back to the chaos. Stopped by Jason, got these two mounted up. Them are for, that one is for Marshbuck. I got the two tires off of here. That's for 214. It's supposed to be a pretty much stock garden tractor. Haven't made up my mind what I'm going to do with it. These two rims here are 850s, 23 850 12s. Them are for my dually project. So I'm going to get them sandblasted. Then I move the centers all the way to the edge. So I'll move that center all the way to the edge. That's that. Okay, that's all I got for you right this second. And I just picked up, the second and third tire there. That's for them rims over there. Okay, back out in the garage. I am doing stuff that I sit down or stand up because my knees are shot from doing yard work. So I sandblasted this, got this painted for the 214. That's by Lonnie's house that he's working on. So that's done and ready to go. He wanted a fuel pump gasket. So I made a fuel pump gasket for him. The other two gaskets I had, but I made a fuel pump gasket. That's good to go. So now he can fix that stuff up. And I'm going to get back working on this thing. Yesterday I went by Jerry. Thought I was going to use a plasma cutter, but he just uses cutoff wheel and cut it off. So we've got to cut it off and weld it on. So I'm going to take a square up my edges so they're nice and straight. If you can see that, it's a little bit of a hump there. Just going to grind that out so it looks good. This side is pretty damn close. So I'm going to clean that up and get the wheelie bars mounted. Okay, guessing it's been 1 hour, so 1 hour check-in. Got them all squared up nice. You can see it's nice and straight now, equal to the other side. Looking really good. Got it all sanded off. The only thing I just noticed, I went to tap the holes out and the plate's in the way. Oh, shit. So I got to figure that out yet. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, the plate's in the way in there. So I got to figure that out yet, and I'll go get the plate out of the truck and get that drilled and tapped and ready to go. All right, check in again. Transfer hole the punches, or transfer punch the holes. Oh, maybe. There we go. Got them all lined up, ready to go, drilled and tapped. I'll probably take maybe not. I don't know. It should be fine without it. Think about nutting the top two and the bottom one, just for safety. Yeah, I probably will do that just for safety. I don't think it's going anywhere, but hey, whatever. I still need to fix these. Haven't figured that out yet. I'm still working on, now I'm going to work on the wheelie bars. Alright, so these are made for international, even though it says John Deere on them, because they take the internationals and they reskin them. So, and it goes around the axle like so. So if I move that straight out, it looks like these holes right here work. 1, 2, 3. So I can use that hole up there, punch that one. Or do I need to go any further? I don't know. Figure it out. That's what I gotta do. Alright, this is where I'm stopping on this. I had these tapped. I had to drill them out because I was off on the holes like a 16th. So I needed to drill them out so I can get a little bit of movement on them. And that worked, thank God. So it just means I got to put a nut on the other side. Or weld it to the frame maybe. We'll see how that goes. That's it right now. Until I get it on the tractor and see where they got to go. If I have to, for adjustability, I'll slot this out so that I can slide down underneath. That's the plan. Let's see what happens later. Alright, check in. Got it all bolted on. Can't really do nothing with it because the paint's a little tacky here, so can't put it on the frame yet. Okay, it's been a little bit again, and I have the ass end bolted into the frame. So what I did is remember I told you that was hitting that plate I moved forward. I just moved the hole, one hole over and a little bit. You can see the hole there. So I just moved it over a little bit and tapped it out and put new bolts in. So it takes care of that. I had to remove the spindles to get it done, but luckily this tractor was not so abused and rusty that it came right apart. Okay, I got tires on. This side here is perfect for the offset. This side here, the frame has a lip on it, and it's hitting the tire and the rim. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tire back off, mark the frame where it's got to be ground out, and I'll grind that a recess a little bit, but then I'll have to put a plate of steel in here to reinforce the frame so the frame don't buckle. As you can see, it is really tight in there. Alright, got that all cut out and notched out. I'll touch it up right now, and I don't think I'm going to have to plate that because this has got a bend on it and this bend is still here, so I think it'll be fine. I'll touch her up and put the tire on. Okay, let's take a look and see what she looks like. Oh yeah, much better. Much, much better. Okay, back at it. You haven't missed much. I pulled off the front axle, pulled off the rims and tires, and now I have to move the front axle up. I can move it up 3/4 of an inch. So that'll give me, because the tires I'm putting on here are 20 high versus or 18 high versus 16 high. So I need to lower the front end as much as possible. So for sure I can move this hole up 3/4 of an inch. So that's what I'm working on right now, so I'll drill that out and show you when I'm done. Well, I've got it drilled out to a 1/2 inch. And I also got the back. I had to cut the gusset off the back. See the gusset's all cut off. Now I have to use a step drill to get it to 3/4, and that ought to be fun. Okay, that's going to be it for tonight. I need a drill bit. I cannot get that to drill out. I wiped it all off, put a coat of paint on it. I shouldn't have because I forgot I have to weld on a bracket on the front. But that's no big deal. I can just sand that back off. And as you can see, I cut all this stuff off. I cut this loop down. And I also cut off for the Mordek. That's all cut off, so that looks nice now. Here's the other side. All looking good. So I cleaned up the axle, got that painted up where I missed. I'm going to pull these off and I'm going to clean them up and paint them silver to give a little different color on there, make it look nice. Not only that, there's a lot of dry, shitty grease on there, so it needs to be cleaned up anyway. So that's it for tonight. Till next night. Happy Saturday morning. Got the hole drilled out. I had to borrow Lonnie's drill and bit. So I got that drilled out. That went pretty good. My dad held it while I pushed, and it went right on through, so that wasn't so bad. So I just got everything touched up now. Yeah, you really can't tell, but I did have to clearance the weld underneath there that holds the plates together, and got it together. This side don't have no room either, so that's fine because it seems like everybody makes them solid anyway. So that's what I'm going with for now. Hopefully I don't need to take it off and remove more material to make the front end level. I won't know until I get it on the ground again. So, alright, so I am going to get the nut on, the castle nut on the big bolt. Get that locked in, pull these off, get them sandblasting and paint them silver. Get them cleaned up and then re-grease them. Get that back together. My hubs I bought right there. I can send you a link to them. And I'm putting golf cart rims and tires on the front. Are they too big? Yes, they are. They're 18 high, as I said before. But goddamn, they will look good, and they're hiding over there. Oh, where are they? Right there, and I'll show you them in a little bit. It's been a couple hours of cleanup. So sandblasting and wire wheeling and all that stuff. So I got that one all done and ready to go for the wheel. That tie rod arm is painted. This tie rod arm is painted. That's all ready to go. And I got a couple pieces over here drying. That black one is just wet. I just set it down. It's still rocking from setting it down. For fun and giggles, I painted that green. That's going to go underneath the middle. That's all cleaned up, sandblasted, ready to go. Well, what else I got for you? So now I got to see if I can find the bushing. Google is not always right, just let me tell you that. So anyways, I ordered bushings for this because Google told me these parts were 1 inch inside. They're not. I did good. They're 3/4. They slide right on. However, that seal is for 1 inch. So I got to break in here. That size was not 1 inch. It ended up being 1.150. And I took it down a little more than that because that was a little snug. So these parts do not work well. So I'm still working on it. Maybe I can find something better to let you guys know. I'll get back to you on this. So I have to get a bushing to go on here, 3/8 long or 3/8 deep, and 3/4 to 1 inch. And then I can slide that on there, and then this will go right over the top of it and seal it. So that's what I need to go look for now. Other than that, that's all it. I got this all buttoned up underneath here. I don't know if you can see the cotter pin in that or not, but that's all buttoned up, ready to go. Oh, what next? I don't know. Let's check it out and let you know here. Happy Sunday. Let me get you caught up what I got done yesterday. I ran out of time and we went to a concert. It was a band out of Chicago and it was a Toby Keith tribute band. I'll try to put some of it in here maybe without getting busted for copyright, so we'll see what happens there. And yeah, let's flip this thing around and show you what I got going. So I went by Jason and I had to make these bushings right here. So that bushing would be fit inside this seal here. As you can see, when you get these bearing hubs, the seal's all pressed in already. Well, I can't get that out without wrecking it. They even put grease in the bearing. So I got to figure that out. Hopefully I can get a needle bearing in there and get that bearing packed. Let's see here. So that bearing fits right over the top of that. Because if you look in there, you can see that it's way too big for the seal. And there we go. And once it gets greased, that'll seal that. And it'll be perfect. So I'll get them greased and let's get them put on. Getting a little ahead of myself. I gotta install this first, get all the linkage hooked up, and then I will get them greased up. And then I will show you what's hiding underneath the plastic. Aye. Here is the tree, that's all put up. Oop, blocking your light, sorry. How's that? Now you can see maybe. So that's all done, ready to go. Now I'll hook up the linkage and then do the bearings. Spindles are on. This bushing must have been just a little bit fatter. Because look how much is hanging in the inside. And that side's like perfect. And this side I had a hard time getting the cotter pin in the castle nut. So that's how close that is. So if I make another set, I got to pay a little more attention to what size that comes out. Alright, let's go get I still got to go find this. I don't know what the hell I do with it. Alright, got that all buttoned up. Let's go get some rims. I'm going to put them on and show you what they look like. Can't spoil the surprise. Alright, ready for the rim reveal? Let's flip it around here. Ooh-wee! I like them. They look sharp. And she's got some rake to it, which is good. Wish I had more, but hey, good enough. It might not go very fast, but it's going to be cool. I think it turned out real good. It's the same width as the back tires, so that's good. The only thing bad was the lug nuts are wrong, so I have to get different lug nuts. They're metric, and they're supposed to be American. Goddamn eBay and all that shit is just effed up. All right, so I got to figure out my lug nut situation, and now I got to see if I can fix my steering column and getting that in. Okay, I had the music cranking on the other video, but here you go. Tapping it out was a bugger. I mean a bugger. I don't know why, but I could not get it straight no matter what. It is a little bit crooked, but it'll be fine. So I got it Loctited inside here. And so yeah, fixed. Should be fine. Okay, we've got a check-in here. It's been a little bit. The wife stole the phone. So I pulled this, well, this pulley actually is off. I got this off a different tractor because it's a lot cleaner and straighter than the one that came off this tractor. That one's all bent up. Not sure why, but it was. So got that cleaned up, I have the clutch, and not, well, kind of the clutch. Got that all cleaned up and painted. Just painting silver since it's underneath the tractor, and the silver dries a lot faster so I can put it together. I got the console on. The rest has got to dry. I put it on. It was, you know, not 100% dry, but I obviously can't put the rubber ring on or nothing like that yet. I still got to get the sticker for the dash. So right now I'm trying to put the clutch stuff in and put that back together. That's where I'm at. Okay, the other thing I do to this part here is this bushing that goes in here. I trim it down. I thin it out a little bit so it's not so fat, so it'll break, so this pulley doesn't go like this so much. And that helps a lot. So I'm going to put that together right now and grease it up and put that back together. Okay, I got it all together, but it's way too sloppy. Well, I loosened it up already, but it was too sloppy, so I got to take it back apart and take some more off that bushing. Okay, I got this all buttoned up now, and I'll show you how much tighter it is. Before, oh, what the heck happened? Oh, big fingers are in the way. Before, this thing would move so much, it would hit right here. It actually hit this black part here, the frame. That's how much room it had. Now look at it. I mean, it's a lot better. It could be a little tighter, but I'm gonna let it run. At least it doesn't hit nothing now. All right. Next, I don't know what's next. Take it from me, do all that work when the rear end is out. Don't do it in a tractor. It takes a lot longer to put it back together. I fumbled after around with that for quite a while. All right, working on the ass end of the tractor, making some room through here so they can hook up the chain. And this is what I'm doing. I'll steal this off here, steal that off there. Looking pretty cool. Well, that's gonna wrap up Sunday. I got the floor at least swept up and some garbage cleaned up. I still got to put some tools away, but I got to take a shower, get to bed. I got to get up at 1:45 tomorrow. So this is where I'm leaving off on this. I cut the back end out. I can't even talk. Cut that back end out so you can get to the receiver easier, and that's that. So, all right. So I'm going to leave that off. Like, subscribe, and definitely hit the thumbs up. And that's where this is leaving off. Oop. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. I was editing this and finishing up, and I forgot to put in the Toby Keith tribute band. So I'll put that in here, and I'm going to put it at the end. So if I have to delete it, I can just take it off the back. So hang tight, and I'll be right at the end of this video, and you can check it out. I won't put too much in because we'll see what happens.
It's his birthday. He's from Chicago. On the acoustic guitar, the electric guitar, the banjo, and the fiddle, Mr. Rodney Yee. favorite part of the show is the horn section. Being from Chicago, I'm a huge Chicago fan. They have horns. Blood, Sweat, and Tears has horns. Diamond Rio has horns. We have horns. This horn is from Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Marshall Dvorak on the trombone. Marshall Dvorak on the trumpet tonight. Yes, you're going second. This man, he toured the world with Ray Charles for 10 years, y'all. If you go see a Broadway and Chicago show, he's likely on it. He plays that much stuff. On the trumpet from Chicago, Illinois, my friend, Mr. Chuck Parrish. Every night with Ray Charles for 10 years. He didn't do any of the drugs, though. He promised me. None of it. Some of the hookers, though, but not the drugs. All right, ladies and gentlemen. On the sexy saxophone, I give you the undisputed king of tribute bands in the Chicagoland area. Not only is he holding down the position with us, but he's in a Billy Joel tribute. He's in a Chicago tribute. He's in a Steely Dan tribute. He's in a Olivia Newton-John tribute, a Talking Heads tribute. He's also in a... I just said that. He's also in a George Michael tribute. It's so fine. You're singing it in your head, I know you are. Baby making music. I'm never gonna dance again. It's always easy to cheat a friend. Should've known better than to cheat a friend. So I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. Illinois, on the keyboard, Christopher Marks. Now normally, he is a die-hard Green Bay Packer fan. He's my brother from another mother, but we hate each other for that because I'm a Bear fan. And I'm a Cub fan. Brewer fan. But we're both Chicago Blackhawk fans. You gotta give me that one. Come on, you don't have a hockey team. He promised me since we were coming back to his motherland that he was gonna give me the best drum solo he's ever played. Are you ready for it? Ladies and gentlemen, on the drums, Mr. Timothy Lee Mills. No, don't give him anything for that, come on. I politely asked him to poop at the break, and he didn't do it, apparently. Because he's way better than that, he's just not giving you anything he's got. Timothy, I built you up. These are your people here.
You don't know how much joy it gave me to hear you say Green Bay Packers earlier tonight. I'm gonna tell you.
Wait. Did you take a gummy?
I can neither confirm or deny.
Could you please give your brethren a real drum solo? You want a real drum solo from Tim? Come on. Timothy Lee Mills, Wisconsin's own. No, I still love you, baby. I used to come home late, but not a minute too soon. Barking like a dog, howling at the moon. You get. If you're up for a naked rodeo house, we'll put a big Hartford smile on your face. I said, girl, I ain't as good as I once was. I got a few years on. So, if you'll step aside for one moment, I'll make reference to it. This particular bass cabinet right here once belonged to Dink Cook of the Easy Money Band and spent 9 years on the road with Toby Keith. This exact speaker system right here. You'll notice that the case for it is holding up his amp and it says Toby Keith on it right there. He was on the road with Toby for 9 years. There it is right there. That is the inauguration of Donald J. Trump right there. This guitar is that guitar, which was once owned by Dink and is now owned by us, and it was on the road with Toby for the last several years, and was also on stage for the inauguration of Donald J. Trump. We thank Dink for selling us this gear, but the man playing it, there's nobody I would rather play this shit with than him and Dink Cook. Thomas Clymer Jr.